Well, we are on agenda item 9. This is Law and Licensing Committee report. And so we will turn over to Chair Carey.
Thank you, Chair. Starting with item 10.2, R277-731, Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy. And the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-731, Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy Draft 3 on second and final reading.
Apologies, Chair.
Oh, did I say?
9.2.
You went to agenda item 10, I believe, and we're on agenda item 9. Although I do want to point out that agenda item 10 starts at 1:30, and so it is 1:30.
No, don't try to grant me mercy on that. That's my mistake.
Okay. So yeah, if we would need to tackle R277-100 agenda item 9.2 if you have that.
Thank you. I was looking at the wrong data sheet. Thank you, Chair. 9.2 R277-100 definitions for Utah State Board of Education rules. And this matter passed out of committee unanimously, and the motion for the board is that the board approve R277-100 definitions for Utah State Board of Education rules, draft 2 on second and final reading.
Thank you. So the motion that came out of committee is that the board approve R277-100 definitions for Utah State Board of Education rules, draft 2 on second and final reading. Member Bogus.
Thank you, sir. Through you, Chair, I'm wondering who identified, and I'm quoting line 21 and 22 here, increasing engagement as a practice associated with accountability.
Is this directed to Chair Carey or?
Yeah, because it wasn't in there previously, but now it's there, but it's not really a practice. I just am having trouble reconciling the language.
Vice Chair Bollinger.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. So if you look on where lines 18, 19, at the end of that, it says to increase behavior engagement plans. So it was already in the language, but what was brought to us in committee is that the wording was mixed up. And so that was the recommendation to reword it to include all of the components that were already included in the rule before, that was already passed previously.
So these are behavior plans related to engagement, or are we speaking about universal practices?
Vice Chair Bollinger.
Well, I don't know if you want me to be talking about accountability practices because you know how I feel about them, but but the way it just was practices that may include. So these were supposed to be just examples of what the board has now deemed accountability practices. So those are separate. Those are just all separate examples of accountability practices.
Okay, may I follow up, Chair? So I appreciate that, but I'm still confused because increasing engagement isn't a practice. It's an outcome of a practice, but it's not actually a practice. And I'm not certain it's an accountability practice. Are you tracking with me?
I am, but I do think that increasing engagement could be part of a practice.
Well, yes, there are strategies to increase engagement, but increasing engagement itself is not a practice. It's a metric on a dot chart.
Depends on how you define, but possibly. But accountability practice, well, I should stop there.
Okay. I might have a motion. I'm gonna think about this.
Well, you might have a motion. There is a motion on the floor. You just got to get to your motion before we vote. So I'm not seeing any other hands. I'm going to restate the motion. You've got about 15 seconds. Is that? I know I'm not here to rush you. Just there you go.
I'm going to make on the fly motion about this. Well, that was what I was going to say. Well done, Superintendent. I move that on line 21, we insert the words strategies to and change increasing to increase.
Let's make sure we're tracking here. You wanted on line 21.
Yes.
You want to insert the words strategies to
and then change the word increasing to increase.
So, I'm going to read how it would look in practice. So 21 and 22 would now read, practices may include behavior plans, restorative practices, and strategies to increase engagement.
Yes.
Okay. There's a second to that. Thank you. Do you want to speak to that? Okay. So the motion then is the motion to amend is to insert the words, okay, to amend line 21 to insert the words strategies to in front of increasing and change increasing to increase. So it would read, practices may include behavior plans, restorative practices, and strategies to increase engagement. Let's vote. Member Green?
Yes.
Thank you. That passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, so the motion then is that the board approve R277-100 definitions for Utah State Board of Education Rules Draft 2 as amended on second and final reading. Seeing no additional lights, let's go ahead and vote. Member Green?
Sorry, one moment. Yes.
Thank you. That passes unanimously with Member Davis absent. Back to you, Chair Carey.
Thank you, Chair. The next item is 9.3, R277-311, specialized endorsements. And the motion for the board is that the board continue and approve R277-311, specialized endorsements, draft 1 on second and final reading.
Thank you. The motion before the board then is that the board continue and approve R277-311, specialized endorsements, draft 1 on second and final reading. Member Bogus.
I believe she's in back, but I would love to talk to Director Height just
Well, what
briefly.
questions do you have?
Well, I got a question from a constituent and I think I gave them the right answer, but I would like it to be right for the record.
Let's throw it out there.
Would you like me to wait for her? Or would you like me to throw it out until she's here?
Yeah, just go ahead and throw it out.
Okay, so the question is, what's the difference between a physical education endorsement and an adapted physical education endorsement? And my response was, one includes a special education license. That there are maybe semantics, but basically you have to have
the special, you're correct. Adaptive is the special education adaptive PE program, and that is different than the PE program that is general PE.
Yes.
And you're exactly right. I'm confirming.
And it's a different approach to physical education
correct.
because of severe cognitive and motor capabilities of students.
100%.
I was right. All right, thank you.
So the motion before the board is that the board continue and approve R277-311, specialized endorsements, draft 1 on second and final reading. Let's go ahead and vote. Member Green?
Member Green is a yes.
Thank you. That passes unanimously. Chair Carey?
The next item, Chair, is 9.4. This is R277-322, Local Education Agency Codes of Conduct. There is no action for the board at this time. And then the final two items, 9.5, R277-111, Board Oversight Framework, listed for repeal. The motion that passed out of committee was that the board repeal R277-111, Board Oversight Framework, on second and final reading. I do have a substitute motion.
That's in order.
And that motion would be that this matter be carried until the December board meeting.
Yeah, let's get some, I appreciate the motion there, because it's on the agenda under, 10.4. Will you just look at that, Chair Carey? For some reason, we're doubled up because we had a October 16th meeting. So just for the public, if you want to explain what happened there, or I can.
Oh, go ahead, Chair.
Yeah, so the public understands, the motion says, see the agenda from the October 16th committee meeting. So we have this posted in two different areas. And so now what I'm recognizing is that Chair Carey is, from agenda item 9.5 is connecting agenda item 10.4 on top of that. Is that correct, Chair?
Yeah, and if that's in order, I thought that made more sense in terms of just putting them together and proceeding, but if we need to break them down, I'm happy to do that as well.
Point of order.
Point of order, yes. Just a point of order, Chair Carey. I believe that the actions from 10.3 and 10.4 were put in that order because the outcome of 10.4, the R277-111, would be based off of what happens with 114. So my suggestion would be that we address them in that order.
Starting with 111 or 114?
114.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to go, yes.
Yep, happy to do that.
Sure. So on if I'm understanding correctly, Chair Carey, the action items for 9.5 and 9.6 will be addressed in the next agenda item.
That is correct.
So if it's okay with you, let's jump to agenda item 10.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
So, and I'm just going to pick up with 10.3 because that's where we are. And then I'll circle back to 10.2.
We would be 10.4 actually was 111, but I mean, Chair Carey, if you want to suggest that we go to 10.3 first, based on Vice Chair Bollinger's point of information, then that's appropriate.
As long as it's not, I see Board Member Wood. I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything because I'm hearing Matt but looking at Vice Chair Wood. So as long as I can proceed, I'm happy to do it either way.
When you hear Matt's voice and looking at Vice Chair Wood, you're just going to confuse. Thank you, Chair.
Understood. So with the chair's consent, if we go to item 10.3, that is R277-114, response to compliance and related issues. The motion that passed out of committee was that the board approve R277-114, response to compliance and related issues, draft 3 on second and final reading. I do have a substitute motion.
That is in order. And let me just restate what came out of committee, make sure we have it proper, and then I'll give it back to you, Chair Carey. The motion that came out of committee is that the board approve R277-114, response to compliance and related issues, draft 3 on second and final reading. Back to you, Chair Carey.
And the substitute motion, Chair, would be that this matter, 10.3, and the consideration of R277-114 be carried until the December board meeting.
Okay. Oh, there it is. The motion then is that the board table this, or that R277-114 be carried until the December meeting. Chair Carey, look at this motion. If it's tabled or carried, I'm going to let you decide on the wording as it's your motion.
Wait, how's that a pun? What did I miss? Oh.
Yes. Spell carried, Kerried. Yeah.
You can't do that.
Then there has to be a motion pull it
So-
from from the table.
The point of order here, you're saying if it's tabled, it needs to be,
If it's tabled, then we would need a motion to pull it from the table. And if the correct language, if I'm understanding, is to postpone until the December 4th board meeting, because to be carried does not automatically assume we're going to take it up. It would be similar to the word table, which means there would need to be two motions, one to pull it off the table and then one to address the issue itself. And so I think the correct language would be to postpone. But I'm happy to pull from the table if that's the intent of the maker of the motion.
Even though it removes the pun, I think Board Member Bogus is correct and it should be postponed.
we're not punning, we're punting. There you go. Okay. No more. Stop. Okay. The motion then, Chair Carey, if this is correct, that
It is.
R277-114 be postponed until the December 4th board meeting. Do we have a second? Would you like to speak to that?
No, sir.
Okay. Seeing no lights, let's vote. Member Green?
Member Green is a yes.
This passes 12 in favor, 3 opposed. Those opposed coming from Member Wood, Member Bollinger, and Member Reel. Chair Carey.
The next item, Chair, would be item 10.4. This is R277-111, Board Oversight Framework listed for repeal. The motion that came out of the Law and Licensing Committee was that the board repeal R277-111, Board Oversight Framework on second and final reading, and I do have a substitute motion.
Thank you. So the motion that came out of committee is that the board repeal R277-111, Board Oversight Framework on second and final reading. Back to you, Chair Carey.
And the substitute motion would be that this matter be postponed until the December board meeting.
Okay, the substitute motion is that the board postpone this item, specifically being R277-111, until the December 4th board meeting. Is there a second? We have a second. Chair Carey?
I don't need to speak to it. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Member Reel?
Thank you, Chair. Can I make a substitute motion that it's sent back to committee?
This is a substitute motion.
Okay. An amendment to the substitute motion?
I believe that is in order. Yes, you can amend a substitute motion. So the motion to amend is to simply say until the December 5th committee meeting. Is that correct? Okay, so it would read that the board postpone this item R277-111
No, fifth.
until the December 5th committee meeting.
Because the board meeting's in-
Is there a second? I'm not hearing a second.
I'll second.
Oh, we've got a second. Back to you, Member Reel.
We don't need to discuss it. I think it's pretty obvious. I know that the work that they've been doing has been really robust, and I feel like I would like to see more collaboration and something better coming before the board with these 111 and 114, so we don't spend a lot of board time discussing and the both rules.
Member Bogus.
Oh, well, I guess has the motion been seconded? Oh, okay, I apologize, I didn't hear it. I'm confused as to why we're moving it to committee when the other one's going to the full board, and this one's only up for repeal, so I don't understand the need to send it back to committee to send it back when it already passed out of committee for repeal. I guess if I were to argue that something needed to be debated, it would be the other one, not this one. I'm just genuinely confused.
Okay. Seeing no questions or no lights, the motion to amend is that the board postpone this item, R277-111, until the December 5th committee meeting. Let's go ahead and vote. Member Green? Member Green? That motion fails. 9 in opposition, 5 in favor. Those in favor being Member Reel, Member Davis, Member Booth, Member Bollinger, and Member Lear. This brings us back to the motion, and that is that the board postpone this item R277-111 until the December 4th board meeting. Seeing no lights, let's vote. That passes unanimously with Member Green absent. Chair Carey, back to you.
Thank you, Chair. The item 10.2 R277-731 Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy. This matter passed out of a committee unanimously, and the motion for the board is that the board approve R277-731 Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy Draft 3 on second and final reading.
Thank you. The motion is that the board approve R277-731 Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy, Draft 3 on second and final reading. Seeing no lights, let's vote. Oh, we've got Member Davis?
Sorry, I'm
I
going to
blame Member
abstain on
Earl
this
for-
one.
yeah.
I know this is in code and I understand that, but I just think it's concerning that we're not putting the folks that are teaching there even on an LEA only license while they're working at the Catalyst Center, because if there is abuse or a problem, there's no record and they can go and teach at a different Catalyst somewhere else. That's kind of concerning for me. So that's why I'm abstaining from this, because I really am supportive of the legislation and the Catalyst centers and everything that we're doing. I think they're great opportunities for students. I've toured Davis. I think it's fabulous. But I'm just want to explain my vote at this time.
Thank you. The motion then is that the board approve R277-731 Catalyst Center Grant Program Policy, Draft 3 on second and final reading. Let's vote. Member Green?
Yes.
That passes 12 in favor, 2 abstentions, and 1 no vote. The abstentions coming from Member Kelly and Member Davis, the no vote coming from Member Bogus. Chair Carey.
Chair, that concludes the lawn licensing report out.
Thank you. Board members, great job. I know we postponed 2 heavy lifts, but still, great job.
That's 2 big ones.
I know. Superintendent Hart, do you need a few minutes or are you ready to go? Okay. Can we take a few minutes? Yeah. Okay, let's take a few minutes. Board members, 7 minutes on the timer, and then we'll meet back here. Thank you.